In Brazil, there is a small plant with a powerful and intriguing name, Stonebreaker. The name alone raises curiosity. What kind of plant could earn a reputation like that? For generations, people in Brazil have turned to this plant as a natural alternative related to kidney stones and urinary discomfort. It has been prepared as a simple tea, passed down through families, and used based on observation rather than scientific explanation. But what exactly is this plant? Why is it so strongly associated with kidney stones? And what does modern science actually say about it? This is Brazilian Plants Explained, a channel dedicated to explaining Brazilian plants through tradition, cultural context, and what scientific research currently supports. No hype, no miracles. Just clear and honest information. Stonebreaker tea comes from a plant known in Brazil as Quebra-Pedra. Its scientific name is Phyllanthus niruri. In Spanish-speaking countries, this same plant is widely known as Quebra-Pedra. In English, it is often referred to as Stonebreaker. Different names, the same plant, shaped by how different cultures observed and described its effects. These names are not scientific labels. They are reflections of experience. Phyllanthus niruri grows naturally in tropical and subtropical regions. It can be found across Brazil, throughout South America, and also in parts of India and Southeast Asia. This wide geographical distribution helps explain why the plant became part of traditional practices in many cultures long before modern medicine existed. People in very different regions encountered the same plant, observed similar effects, and developed their own explanations and names for it. In Brazil, Quebra-Pedra is traditionally used by people looking for natural alternatives related to kidney stones and urinary tract discomfort. The tea is commonly associated with supporting urine flow, helping the body deal with small kidney stones, and reducing discomfort linked to urinary infections. This traditional use is the reason behind its popular name. However, it is important to understand something clearly. The name Stonebreaker does not mean the plant literally breaks stones inside the body. Traditional names often describe perceived outcomes, not biological mechanisms. They reflect what people noticed, not how the process actually works. Traditionally, Quebra-Pedra tea is prepared as a very simple herbal infusion. Fresh or dried leaves are placed in hot water and allowed to steep for a short period. The tea is usually consumed on its own, without combining multiple herbs and without elaborate preparation methods. In traditional contexts, it is not typically consumed continuously for long periods. Instead, it is used occasionally, based on discomfort, observation, and individual experience. These practices vary by region, family tradition, and personal belief. There is no single traditional recipe, dosage, or rule that applies universally. Outside Brazil, the same plant appears in different cultural contexts. In Spanish-speaking countries, Quebra-Pedra is also associated with kidney and urinary health. In parts of India and Southeast Asia, the plant has been used in traditional systems for a broader range of purposes, sometimes including digestion or general wellness. What changes is not the plant itself, but the explanation surrounding it. This shows how traditional knowledge adapts to local needs and observations rather than following a single fixed narrative. Modern science began studying Phyllanthus niruri much later. Most research has focused on laboratory experiments and small human studies. Some studies have explored how compounds in the plant may influence mineral crystallization in the kidneys. This line of research helps explain why the plant became associated with kidney stones in traditional use. Other studies have investigated potential antimicrobial and anti-inflammatory properties. These findings may relate to its historical association with urinary tract discomfort and infections. However, this is where clarity becomes essential. Scientific evidence is still limited. Studies are often small, results vary, and methodologies differ. At this point, research does not classify Stonebreaker tea as a medical treatment for kidney stones or urinary infections. There is no strong clinical consensus supporting it as a replacement for medical care. Traditional use can inspire scientific investigation, but it does not automatically prove effectiveness. This distinction is critical. Stonebreaker tea is not a cure. It should never replace professional medical diagnosis or treatment. People with kidney conditions, recurrent urinary infections, pregnant individuals, or those taking medication should always consult a healthcare professional before using herbal products. Natural does not automatically mean safe or appropriate for everyone. Responsible use begins with understanding limits. One reason plants like Quebra-Pedra attract so much attention today is the internet. Online, traditional plants are often presented with exaggerated claims, simplified narratives, and unrealistic expectations. This creates a gap between traditional use and modern perception. Traditionally, Quebra-Pedra was just one element in a broader lifestyle that included hydration, diet, observation of symptoms, and moderation. It was never seen as a miracle solution. Understanding this difference helps prevent disappointment and promotes responsible, informed choices. Plants like Quebra-Pedra remind us how knowledge often begins with observation. Long before laboratories and clinical trials, people paid attention to patterns, discomfort, and changes in the body. Science helps us test those observations and also understand their limits. Both perspectives matter. For many people, Quebra-Pedra represents a traditional, natural approach to urinary health. But tradition works best when combined with medical guidance and realistic expectations. Learning about plants means respecting culture, while remaining honest about what science can and cannot confirm. If you enjoy learning about Brazilian plants with clarity and honesty, consider subscribing. This is Brazilian Plants Explained. Honest information, no miracles.